Let's try to kick it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to get it off. Let's try to get it off and then knock it off and do whatever they do to knock it off. Hugger chucking football all night long. Here's something y'all didn't know. That 50 Cent didn't even damn know at the time. He probably knows now because, shit, he's 50 Cent. They ain't gonna send out no notifications for this. Once I put Eminem in the hashtag, it was already over. Anyway, hit the like button coming through the door. Hit the like button coming through the door. Let them know you're not a bot. They're gonna come with every lie in the book. Tell them you ain't no damn bot, no thought, none of that. You real. 100%. Hit that like button. Super chat working. Cash app working while you ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real in here. $50 Cent invented the mixtape game to what it is now. 50 Cent did that. Nobody thought it, man. That's only because he was being blackballed. He was doing it the right way. He was trying to go to record companies. They were turning him down because Irv Gotti and Ja Rule was on top of the game. And it was like, if you work with him, we ain't going to do no work for you. You ain't going to be working here. So turn him down. They was shutting 50 Cent out of the game. So what he do, instead of going to cry about it, he said, F it. I'm going to just go straight to the streets. I'm going to cut out the middleman. And I'm going to go directly to the street and made full-length remixes and was selling them on the corners. Like he was swinging D. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into what 50 Cent didn't know. Them mixtapes were some of the most fire mixtapes on the streets. They was beating people's albums. At that time, this is what I'm saying, New York was done. New York was done. When it came to hip-hop, it was done. Every time they had a hot song in New York, 50 Cent would mix it the very next day and had a mixtape out on the streets with all the hot joints that everybody had rapped. And they would put rap lyrics to all of it. When LL Cool J had Love You Better, the next day it was, you're at the Machetta, and your friends, they see it too, cause they know just what you're up to. All at the Machetta. They were putting all of these mixtapes out and making mixtape money. 50 was living in his mama's basement, hungry. Wanted it, stoked it, took everything about this game and built it up. So that summer was fire. And they had all joints. G-Unit was the underground. Till 50 Cent was able to drop his own release, just him. Guess Who's Back? With some of the songs that he had already pre-recorded for the Power of a Dollar. And he made that his mixtape, and 50 Cent had to Guess Who's Back. And I had to Guess Who's Back. And I gave it to the Skiller man because my engine went out. I was driving my car and my whole engine died. My engine just went out. And I had to get a whole new engine put in my car. And I just had an engine put in there. I was driving a Chevy at the time. And the engine went out. Playing Guess Who's Back. I was on the expressway, and I let my boy Skiller man hold my Guess Who's Back, and it disappeared, and I never seen it again. But now I don't need him to give it back. But Skiller, he was low down for that. You came and picked me up at the damn shop, brought me to the crib, and I'm like, well, damn, Skiller. I let you borrow my damn 50 Cent. The least you could have did was return the motherfucking sucker. But you didn't. I forgive you. Now I can go back and get it. You had my 50 Cent. Now, here we gonna go into what 50 didn't know. Hit the like button up, like I said before. Hit that like button up, because we finna get into the grease. You hanging with your boy Zeno, big mother sucking Zeno. Now, what 50 Cent didn't know is that at this time, Eminem had just put out, his Eminem show. He just finished that. The D12 album was already out, and he was tired, dog. Like, just exhaustedly tired. He was filming 8 Mile and doing the 8 Mile soundtrack at the same time. So while they were doing 8 Mile, 50 was flying, Eminem was flying back, and he was listening to this tape while he was going in to record scenes for 8 Mile. He was listening to 50 Cent. So on the plane, he's listening to this and was like, this dude ain't signed. Like, if I sign this is gonna fix my problem that I have. And it was like, dude, you're selling 10 million records a pop. What effing problem do you have? And it was like, in order for this movie to stick, and we're making basically a hood movie about Eminem, I'm gonna need to have some backup, like some guys that's legitimate, because D12 is street as you can believe, but their image isn't. They blew up off of Purple Hills, I've been in Marshall Mathers, blue yellow baby. Cool comes like my mom with a couple of eyes inside my bones, but the mist is when the leave. All like in the Marines, only making the man of it, on the man of it. So they made D12 look like some doggone black kids who just hang out with a bunch of suburban white kids. So they took a bunch of street rappers and made them look like that. Dude, if you're not getting your notifications, I told you, take my URL, go to send feedback, put it in there and say, why am I not getting my notifications? Make sure you hit the notification bell. If you did not hit that notification bell, YouTube will cuss you out and say, well, damn, you ain't hit the notification bell, so you ain't select all of it. You just select sometimes. So when you subscribe to the page, make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you are subbed and everything else, and they still doing you dirty, then you cuss them the hell out. Oh, Katrina, I know it only looks and appears as if I'm driving without looking. I see everything, babe. The camera is doing a good job of making you believe I'm just looking dead at you. But believe me, I'm looking dead at the road. My life is on the line. So I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit up the super chat. That's available. But I appreciate you looking for me. Believe me, there's a lot of construction out here, and I'm weaving through it that you ain't even believe. But here's what 50 Cent didn't know. Now, when they signed 50 Cent to the label, right, and Eminem was going to sign him to the deal, Dr. Dre didn't want 50 Cent at first, because he was thinking, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, this guy here is a lot of trouble. So I don't know about him, bringing him in. It's a lot of dark energy. And he was telling Eminem how he went through that with Pac. He was, M, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude got good music, but, you know, it's kind of like what I went through with Pac. You know, I ain't even know dude was, you know, Suge was gonna bring him on. And when the deal I had with Suge was I was in charge of the talent, he was just handling the business. Then he started, you know, pushing his way into the music too. And he started getting involved in the hiring. And he brought in Tupac with all this thug and, you know, East Coast, West Coast nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get this money. So, you know, I don't know. I went through that. And I had to step. So I don't know about this situation. So we're going to have to look into it. So, in other words, what they were concerned about, it wasn't about 50 Cent. 50 Cent was like, oh, you know, Dre put his stamp on it to, you know, give it that approval. You know, like Dre was going to make it pop, and that was going to make it work for 50, you know. Nah, it was all about Eminem. You know, he knows it now, but back then he thinks like M just saved his life. M kind of did save your life because he took an interest and he saw an opportunity because he had a need that he wanted to have. He didn't have Detroit's respect, and he's getting ready to drop a movie about Detroit hip-hop called 8 Mile, and he don't have Detroit's respect. So he need to have some street dudes that's going to be with him when this movie drops and everything else. So when he signed 15, you know, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? And he had places to go. By the time the soundtrack the movie was done, 50 Cent was a part of G Unit, so they was able to get Wanksta and Places to Go. Them like the first records he did, and he put them out there, and he did a song Rap Game with G Unit. That was like the first songs he ever appeared on. You know, and when they did the deal, 50, I mean, Jimmy told him no, Dre told him no. But Dre ended up saying, okay, in order to, this might help him, but they were afraid that if they put all this money into 50 Cent, try to make him bigger than what he is, you know, like, they didn't want brothers to look at it like, man, look, he signed with Eminem. This dude was like cartoonish. He gonna screw him up. You know, like, what is Eminem gonna do with it, 50 Cent? Man, that's gonna ruin 50. 50 should have never did that. Why would you sign with a white boy? So they had to put Dr. Dre in it to be the black face to it. Like, oh, okay, Dre involved. Okay, yeah, okay. 50 is Dre. Yeah, that's gonna be tight. You see, that's how they get the brothers to support it. But if it was just Eminem, people would have shot that down to the ground. So that's the only reason why, I mean, Dre was brought in as a partner. And they was just bringing it in so Eminem didn't screw it up. Now, at that time, 50 did not know this. He's thinking that Eminem is just like, yo, Eminem, Dre didn't want me, and Eminem wanted me. It wasn't that. Eminem heard you. Dre heard your music and said, yeah, it's dead right. Yeah, that's dead right. But that wasn't the real case. The real case was the fact that Dr. Dre saw that this could help Eminem because it was going to help sell the movie 8 Mile. Because he had no street credibility. No street MCs from Detroit was rocking with them. And at that time, D12 was looked at as some Uncle Toms. You know, so if you look at that situation, it was not looked at as a good situation for Eminem until he signed 50 Cent. They said, oh, okay, well, if a street dude like 50 Cent would rock with Eminem, then Eminem must be about it. Then Eminem's whole image changed. He started lifting weights. He started trying to believe he was more G Unit than D12. And right away, his attitude was more of a dissolved D12. And he's screaming G Unit more than he's screaming D12. you know, and you can see it. The magic was gone, and what D12 had with Eminem and everything else. And you know, they put out a classic second CD with major production behind it. They even had Kanye West do a joint, and I don't think it took off the way they thought it would take off, because they put all this marketing behind it and some money and all that stuff, but it just didn't take off. I don't think they released the right singles. But the first LP, oh my God, it's epic. You know, it's just that I mean, you got Swifty McVeigh, who's like one of the illest rappers in Detroit, period. The Canava, you know, all these dudes, they could rap, like for real. They can grab a microphone and rap, but they real people. You know what I'm saying? Like they street as you can be. Believe me, everybody in D12 is as street as you can goddamn be. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't out here. Everybody who's street ain't no doggone, I'm tough. They ain't like that. But it's like Missouri. They can show if it's need be. You know what I'm saying? They real people. They real men. And this is what I've always respected about them. Right. So when 50 Cent came in, 50 Cent, they gave him the watch as a signing bonus. They gave him like a $60,000 watch, and that was a signing bonus, part of the signing bonus. Like Eminem just gave it to him, like, here's the watch. And 50 Cent was like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this into like a mini video when we do Back Down, because you know, they say I took Ja Rule necklace, that's the rumors and everything. So I'm gonna just ride the wave and be like, and when he did the song for Back Down, he mentioned the watch. The watch was in exchange for your necklace. When he did the Back Down, when he did Back Down, he was in his mama's basement, dog. He was in his grandma's basement when they were doing Back Down. They was playing Back Down in his mama's, grandma's basement. You know, and he exceeded all expectations because 50's a hustler. So when you tell a hustler, look, man, this is gonna be, they milked everything from 50 Cent because they knew. They said, well, 50 Cent's gonna be hot for a year. That's how Dre thought. Dr. Dre said, they put like damn near $10 to $12 million budget behind 50 Cent. And there's some other things about that you don't know. And I'm gonna let you guys know that a little later. About that wave, that storm that was coming, that was 50 Cent. And how that affected a whole lot of businesses. It shook up a lot of people and bankrupted a lot of people's companies. Anybody who was going up against that wave fizzled out. And I'm going to show you what happened in that situation. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. Hit the like button, man. Y'all got to hit the like button up. I'm giving y'all real gems. Nobody hit the super chat. The Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App, I know. I did see you hit the Cash App. I do appreciate that. Thank you. But you got to understand this game. You got to understand that people are out here, man. And I mean, when I say they're out here, they're out here. Like, they don't give a damn. Now 50 Cent was under the impression that Dr. just didn't want him. Dr. Dre wanted him, but benefits of what it could do for Eminem, because that's what he cared about. Eminem was his investment. Like, man, anybody messing with him? You know, like, who is this? You know, it's like, he ain't street. So naturally, they're gonna come with that angle. So if anybody who's anybody is gonna look at that and go, oh, okay, I can't get involved in that. You know, like, dude just trying to pretend like he tough. Because you watch 8 Mile, Eminem basically kicks everybody's ass through the whole movie. I mean, for real. Like, he basically set it off with the free world for no reason. For real. They did nothing to him. Eminem's just kicking all types of ass. He's just driving around. You see the free world, they just load and look into their car. He turns the car around, pulls out, jump out, and go fight the free world. Like, what the hell was that about? Like, he did a bunch of stuff in 8 Mile that made no damn sense. Like, it didn't make any sense for him to even do it. It was jealousy and hate. Papa Doc had a record deal on the table and a record contract, and Eminem was like, I'm iller than this dude. How's this dude got all this going on and finna do this, and I'm living in the trailer? Let me go ahead and hate on this dude and fight him because I'm mad at him. He said, good story so far. It's not stories, it's the actual facts. Jimmy Iovine was just worried about 50 Cent. Like, he's a real gangster and an image. Could they control him? Like, could they don't want him to get out of control and get Eminem into any type of street drama. You know, but Eminem had his thing he was going through at the time with the Source and Benzino. And he was dealing with that, and Eminem had the Ja Rule situation. So they basically swapped sides because Benzino had no problems with 50 Cent. 50 Cent basically took a side with Eminem, was like, F Benzino, you know, and the Source. And we ain't finna let you get any of that access. So they didn't let 50 do an interview with the Source. And Obi Trice album was coming out too, so they was like, forget that. After Eminem album came out and he got 2.5 mics, and they was like, that's why he came out. You probably would have screwed us on Obi and 52. So the relationship we through. No more Source, no streets credit. Them days is dead. Ray's got AKs. The Dave Mays is head. Every issue is an 8-page Maidman spread. And he was true. Issue, Benzino was worried about his rap career more than the doggone actual magazine. He's got the Made Man spread. It's like about 4 or 5 pages promoting his Made Man, which he didn't change the name to the Made Man. You know, it's like they finna come back. The RSO is coming back as the Made Man. It's like, what? This is where we at with it now? We're the made men now? Okay. Okay. Made men. That what we are now? Okay. So when you start seeing things like that transpire, then you gotta start asking yourself questions. Thank you for the super chat. Somebody actually was nice enough to super chat. Appreciate that. Good looking. Cause they try to sabotage my page, you know. They send out no notifications, anything. Well, here's the thing. Dr. Dre's just thinking money. He can care less. But the thing is 50 Cent gets a portion. Then Aftermath gets their portion. So it was like shady Aftermath. Okay, that's what's up. I see you. Thanks for the support, for the super chat. Cash App guys beating y'all right now. Big 12, Big Sean, that's 12. Okay. No Zaddy Zone. All right. Jewel, is that my Jewel? How you doing, Jewel? Derek, I see y'all. Okay, y'all trying to beat the Cash App people. Okay, I see y'all. My dad, he didn't have surgery yet. They pushed it to a couple of hours. You know, I was just chatting with him, but he finna go have surgery on about 10 more hours from now. He'd be under the knife. My eyes are on the road. See, you guys can't tell, but my eyes are on the road. And I'm glad it makes it look like I'm just looking at you guys, but I'm driving. Like, do you think I'm gonna risk my life? You know, I'm the one that go if something happens. So, yeah, I think I want to stick around. I don't want to be doing podcasting from a wheelchair, not yet. Knock on wood, knock on fiberglass. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, Pops is a little nervous about going under the knife, but you know, it is what it is. Well, he tore his tendon, and that was just it, you know. So. You know, I've never been the type of person that's been like, you know, we need to do this or we need to do that. You know, I've never been that guy. But Eminem and 50 Cent never knew that much about the business. Seriously, he didn't. He didn't know anything about the business at that magnitude. What he knew, and the only thing he knew, was that, hey, this is the part of the game I know. So I'm going to push this agenda over to everybody else. And that part of the game was getting him messed up every time. Because he didn't realize that before he gets his money, it comes to 50 Cent, it's got to go through Shady Aftermath, Interscope, then G Unit. So Interscope Records is going to eat. Shady Records is going to eat. Aftermath is going to eat. Then G Unities. So 50 Cent ain't getting no money, really, at that point, off the records itself. So the records is selling 10 million copies. They're pushing it hard because they get the money. That's why 50 Cent going diamond twice. You're like, man, that dude selling all them records. He should be crushing it. But no, he got his money during the tours. You see, they never thought 50 Cent was going to sell that many records. They thought, and that's what 50 said, even in the promotional DVD. He's like, I don't think they really know how big this is going to be. Like, they think it's like, they probably thinking 2-3 million, you know. I think it's going to be a lot bigger than that. 50 was thinking like 5 million records, so with the kind of stuff because they had the streets. They marketed heavy in the streets. 50 of them made it sure they marketed heavy in the streets. So everything else commercially is going to follow that. So 50 saw the vision, like as far as like, dude, I got the streets locked. Like that's 2 million is basically sold already. So we gonna do way more than what they thinking. They thinking 3 million's top. Like, yeah, we go triple platinum, we good. Triple platinum. He came out and sold way more than Eminem's debut. You know, so he came out and sold diamond right out of the cut. Then he basically did it again. He came out and sold 5 million the second time around. Then did another 5 million when they re-released it with the DVDs and all that stuff. So because it was heavily bootleg. But here's another kicker. Don't forget to hit the like button up for this. Like button this up. Interscope is the ones that bootlegged his album. Interscope Records are the ones that sabotaged 50 Cent. They did it in-house where they did the mastering over in Germany. They did that on purpose. And the reason why they did that, they even did it to Eminem. They're big artists. Because if you sell too many records, when you renegotiate your contract, you're in negotiation, you have power. You have, like, look, this is how many records I'm selling out of the gate. So my numbers are going to do this or better. I put you in a very good place negotiating for money up front. So they got to sabotage you to bring your numbers down and say, hey, look, you're on a decline. You're getting cold, kid. You know, you got a hot album, but it's cold right now, so we can't afford to pay you that much. They did the same thing to Eminem. And if they did it to Eminem, they were going to do it to 50 Cent. And 50 Cent tried to protect himself from it and said, okay, y'all seeing bootlegs happen and all of these things. They had mastered copies of bootlegs on the streets, mastered. Like they wasn't like non-product, they were mastered and ready to go. They did the same thing for Eminem, the Eminem show, because Eminem just sold 3 million records and 10 million records. And then this album sold 1 million in the first week and was ready to just break all kind of records. The Eminem show was ready to crack all kind of records all together. They bootlegged it heavy. So the week before it came out, the bootleg was out. Fully mastered on the streets. So they had to rush the release date and release Eminem show early. It didn't come out on the release date. They released it early because the streets already had it. Now imagine if they didn't have it and they released it on the streets. Eminem would have sold way more records than he did. Now, Eminem knew, 50 Cent was aware after his second album. After his third album. After the Curtis album, the bootleg was crazy on the Curtis album. The bootleg was so bad, people had the video, the music video that they made before it was even released. It was supposed to be released for the first time with Robin Thicke and 50 Cent. Follow My Lead was supposed to be released for the first time ever, and the world could see it on BET 106 and Park. So on 106 and Park is supposed to be the first time anybody's ever laid eyes on this project, right? And as soon as they do it, not only is this incorrect, people had already seen it. People in the crowd had already seen the video. Oh, let's Follow My Lead. Yes, that video, 50 Cent, Robin Thicke. And 50 Cent is watching it. He's live on the show. Like, see, they've already seen it. You know, this is messed up. The launch is messed up. My being on this show is messed up. Like everything is screwed up. 50 Cent pulled the TV off the damn wall. That damn uh they had the plasma TV. He ripped it off of the wall. Mad because his work is being leaked and sabotaged. Like, why are you trying to sabotage his album? Because 50 Cent is going to be up for renegotiation. He's going to fulfill his contract and he's up for renegotiation. Because of what he's bringing to the table, no rap artist had ever came to the table with that. His demands would have been dramatically high, and they would have been like, man, we cannot, he can, he's earned that. Look at what he's done. So now we got to try to sabotage our own success. And that's what Interscope do for future success. We got to destroy 50 Cent or we'll be able to come in here and renegotiate for way too much money. Got to sabotage it now. Hit up the like button, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's just how they did business. And if you do business that way, then naturally, that's how people are going to see things. Now, me, I was a little bit different. I was like watching this take place, but I'm aware of the business side. The business side is always going to outweigh the other side. The business side is always going to show its and rear its head, but people wasn't paying attention to it. I was paying attention to all of it. So people only care about the music. They don't care about what's going on with the whole business or what have you. Not Sino though. I see everything going on. Oh, they got the sprinklers going over there. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Yeah, I'm walking over here to the store. Finna go up in here, try to win some money. ASAP. I don't want to get wet by the damn sprinkler system. We had a sprinkler going on there. Oh, Subway over here. Man, Sammy's been here for a minute. I guess they know how to do what they doing. I used to come here and eat all the time. Y'all remember when I used to live here? Y'all remember when I used to live there? Used to live right over there. I did a video when Muhammad Ali passed away. Right outside my house. Yeah, that's my old neighborhood. Luxury townhouse. People thought I was living in poverty. I don't know why. Like, yeah, you broke. I'm like, I guess I am. I'm trying, Cecilia. I hope you're doing well, brother. Waiting on your new book. I used to come here and eat all the time, get my meal, come to Subway. It's the dental office. There used to be another dental office. They just switched names. I never got my hair cut here, but it's a great clips. And then this was Subway. We used to come to Subway, get our food on. Indian dude owned it. Cool people. And this is why I come chill when it's not.
I went to Wawa in New Jersey when I was 22 years old. That was 20
Jersey in the house. Jersey represent.
No, I'm from Chicago, but I live in New Jersey.
What's going on?
Not much.
Y'all in here cleaning us out?
What you need? Some drink?
Let me get a Coca-Cola right now.
Yeah. And the woman that had it, she was a health and wellness person, and she owned that drug store or whatever. I was in the company.
Let me get
Dollar beer day.
Dollar beer day.
Dollar beer day. So,
Like,
so
all
all domestic,
beers?
no, all domestics are $1. Corona's $2. Blue Moon's $2. Stella's $2.
Yeah, I need to sober up, so I'm gonna get a Coca-Cola.
That's cool.
But yeah, the wings. I need some.
You ain't got no wings.
Oh, what y'all got there?
Pizzas.
Pizzas?
Yeah, that's it.
You
You
got
got no
Italian
wings.
beef sandwiches?
You got Italian beef.
I didn't get Italian beef.
All right.
Yep.
All right. 541.
521.
541. 541.
541.
Cheese and peppers?
Cheese and peppers. Peppers, yeah. Sweet peppers, rather.
Well, jardinera?
No jalapenos, no hot stuff.
All right, I got those peppers then. $10.
All right. If you ain't got sweet peppers, then, oh no. If you got the hot peppers, then just keep it. Don't want the hot peppers.
Just cheese.
Just cheese.
Okay. And I'm like, really? And she's like,
Right, I ain't trying
Too
to.
spicy. He likes to have them spicy. I can't do any of that.
Right, I want to be able to go to the bathroom.
All right, just before I make it, I'm asking.
All right, there you go. Right, I want to be able to go to the bathroom, you know?
I cannot deal with spicy food. It is too much for my body.
Right, you know, I can take a little bit for flavor, you know?
Right, I can feel that. I can take a little bit
Right,
for some
you
flavor,
want
but
something just for flavor, but it's
yeah,
just,
no.
like, I don't want something that's going to just burn my tongue and everything numb.
Exactly. You can't taste anything.
Right, you know, I know people.
All you can feel is the heat.
That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Ooh, who is she? What's going on?
She's taking her supplements. You just looked at it at the wrong time. She's taking her supplements in
Oh,
her mouth.
okay, yeah. It looks like she's showing some supplements.
Everybody got their own different thing, how they do stuff, you know what I'm
Right, I'm like, I'm seeing something entirely different.
saying? So that's why I said it's something totally different than what you've done.
Yep.
like he's been with her ever since.
So they
I
being,
play-
is the machines being stingy?
No, they're not. Like it's sometimes they're gonna pay, sometimes no. Earlier they were paying a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I won like $40, waited it out a little bit, played it back and nothing. Now I'm gonna get another 40 and see if that works.
I'm gonna go in here and see what I can do.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
Big money. That means you're gonna bring the buck.
I hope so. Good. It's my games. I looked at the games and said, hey, this is for me. Yeah. All right, Shadow King, I see you. So I'm about to get down, fellas. Oh man, my head like 300 times my size. What's going on here? Okay. All right, I'm finna chill here. All right. Good looking. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget the Patreon. We're finna do the R. Kelly. It's only gonna be on Patreon. All right, I'm out.